Thank you, everybody. What a nice crowd tonight. I was especially impressed. Georgina, right? Helping people graduate from the arts. It's interesting because I went to university in Scotland, so I graduated with a fucking drinking problem. So anyway, that's me. I'm Gordon from Glasgow. I've been living in London for a number of years, and well, as you might know, as you might be able to tell, I'm a sober Glaswegian. And that often perplexes English people. Quite regularly I'll hear, Gordon, how comes you don't drink? And I have to be honest, my drinking was so bad that even the Glaswegian alcoholics were like, get him the fuck out of here. They'd have lock-ins and they'd fucking lock me out. But yeah, I first moved to London in 2008 at the height of my drinking career. And the first thing I noticed was the regional differences between drinking habits, like between Glasgow and London. And it's just that notion of, the further north of Watford you go in this country, the more fucking mental people's drinking gets. So like what constitutes concerning behaviour in London, you could reclassify that up in Glasgow as likes a drink. But yeah, you'll also notice I don't have a strong Glaswegian accent, and that's because I'm a posh Glaswegian. But to paint you a picture, being a posh Glaswegian is a little bit like being the tallest dwarf. The upper middle class will just always be out of reach. But growing up in a posh suburb of Glasgow, the living was plentiful. I had the £16 bottle of vodka, not the £8 bottle of vodka. I was cruising around with my Smirnoff, while everyone else was mooching about with Lidl's own brand, Rachmaninoff. For that extra £8, I really got a better brand of regret the next morning. But it's not all glitz and glamour up in Glasgow. At one point, Glasgow was the murder capital of Europe. That's not fun. Glasgow was the murder capital of Europe, and then we left Europe. There's a sort of delay with that one. So we left Europe, and I did some research into this, and I found the stats for murders at Glasgow every year. And a vast proportion of the murders in Glasgow come from an area called Govan. Now, Govan to Glasgow is what Croydon is to London. It's the arsehole of the city. And I found a Reddit comment which summed Govan up beautifully. It said, Govan is an unmitigated shithole and no amount of downvoting is going to change my mind. And that comment had over 200 upvotes. If you don't know what Reddit is, congratulations on losing your virginity. But Govan over the years has improved. So back in the 90s, it was like a zombie apocalypse movie. It's upgraded itself now to a Ken Loach movie. I'm glad some people got that. The thing, so back in the Industrial Revolution, Govan was the epicenter of the UK's trade. It was the gateway to the UK, shipbuilding, tobacco, cotton, that kind of thing. And I was researching this, and it got me thinking about Scotland's contributions to the world stage. So we have many great inventors. So we've got John Logie Baird, who invented the televisions. We've also got John Davy, who invented the deep-fried Mars bar. We've got James Watt from the 1700s, the inventor. He redesigned the steam engine and gave birth to the Industrial Revolution. Not to be confused with James Watt, the CEO of Brewdog. The thing about James Watt, the inventor from the 1700s, he managed to harness the power of steam pressure to create high-performance engines. James Watt of Brewdog exerted pressure on his employees to generate employment tribunals and therapy. James Watt, the inventor from the 1700s, he was also seen as something of an as a philosopher. So his philosophical musings were turned into industrial patents, which are still in use today. James Watt of Brewdog likes to shitpost on LinkedIn for attention. James Watt, the inventor from the 1700s, he mixed together toxic chemicals to create chlorine for industrial bleaching. James Watt of Brewdog, the Brewdog CEO, he created a toxic work environment using his penis. Thank you, everybody.